Update: Welp I got disowned for being gay. Too long did not read. At the bottom. It's been of a couple days since my post. Later that day my older brother came over, which was really good cuz I was thinking about doing something very stupid. He ended up paving the way for me to tell him the truth about everything, and his response was support. He shared things I didn't know, including that one of his closest friends is gay, and introduced him to his wife because he was dating her brother. Credits knowing them for what opened his mind up, and shared he started going to an open affirming church a couple years ago. We talked, and once everything was on the table he told me to pack some stuff to come stay with him. He didn't want to leave me alone given everything I shared, and I didn't want to be alone either. Plus he agreed that if things went south that it'd be unlikely our parents would allow me to live there, and getting evicted wouldn't look good. He rounded up a couple friends the next day to go with us and get my stuff. When we got there we found our parents, other siblings, my ex and my best friend waiting with a holy intervention. It felt like it lasted forever, the arguing, the judgment, just all of it. I almost didn't get my stuff and honestly briefly thought I'd get hit, but thanks to my brother and his friends I got my stuff without it getting physical. This is speculation on my part, but based on things said I think my ex from the day my parents introduced us was working with them. We left both disowned by our family, and I lost all but one of my friends. They haven't all cut me off, but all but one of them have been pushing me to get help to fix my problem. My brother thinks I should block them, and I probably should. IDK. Sorry I don't have a cheer update. I'm lucky I still have my brother and sister-in-law, but it hurts losing everyone else. Too long did not read. Got disowned and lost everything except one friend and my brother, his wife, so yep, my life is destroyed. Your life isn't destroyed. Because you still are here. And I know that may not seem like much, but it is everything. Because the rest? You can rebuild. Block the unsupportive people. You have your brother and Sil. You have your life. There's plenty of people in this world that will love you as you are. Take the time to find those people, focus on yourself. And if possible, please start therapy. Block and disregard anyone that doesn't support you. Do not endanger your own mental health to assuage any misplaced guilt you may feel. You owe those who now see you as someone who must change from their true self precisely nothing. That is what they deserve from you, and the only thing you should give them, nothing. I know it feels destroyed now, but this will get better, I promise. I'm proud of you and your brother. You may not have the easiest path ahead of you, but I know it's a better path than hiding your identity. Too long did not read. Got disowned and lost everything except one friend and my brother, his wife, so yep, my life is destroyed. And #X200B. You dense potato, your life isn't destroyed, you're finally free. Think of the future that has just opened up for you. I am so sorry that you're GPING through this. Please don't blame yourself for any of this, and remember they destroyed your family by choosing to disown you, not you. Srick to your brother, and please don't try to repress yourself any further. It will only cause more damage to you, and that's the last thing you need. I am so sorry your family is composed of intolerant, ignorant Bible thumpers. And your ex-girlfriend is a piece of shit too. Fuck her. See the positive in the fact that you're ridding yourself of garbage people. Please do yourself a favor and cut off anyone who is pushing you to rid yourself of your problem. It's not your problem, it's theirs, and this is who you are. They can't change that. I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. Try to see this not as having lost everything, but as finally being free. This is a new beginning, a fresh start, and you can choose to surround yourself only with people who love and support you how you are. You're honestly better off without those bigots in your life. You probably have no idea how much internalized homophobia and God knows what else you have from spending so much time with a bunch of closed-minded judgmental bigots. The next couple of years might be rough as you have to start over, but in the long run, this is a good thing. Get yourself as much support as you can. It breaks my heart to know that you're dealing with this. I feel like as a good parent I will accept my children for who they are. If I could adopt all of the children that were disowned for stupid things like this, I would. I wish that people would understand that being gay is not a choice, but it's being true to who you are. Please consider yourself hugged, virtually. Situations like this are one of the reasons that I haven't been a Christian for many years now. I'm so glad you have got your brother. You have not done anything wrong. Block everyone who hasn't supported you. You'll find better and more supportive people. I wish you all the best for the future. Found out my 30 male wife, 27 female is cheating. I'm so shook. I was suspicious because I would walk by her in the living room, see her texting on Snapchat, and then as soon as she sees me she would switch windows. I honestly thought I was imagining everything, being paranoid. Couple hours ago she went to work and I opened her laptop and pulled up her Discord and saw she's been sending nudes to a couple guys online. I've never snooped into her belongings and feel disgusted for doing it since I'm not a person to do stuff like this but not regret I saw anything. It's eating me alive and she's going to be home in 5 hours from work. I don't know what I should do. These guys she's been talking with appear to be part of her online game she plays on her phone. It doesn't seem to be anything physical that I know of. She works Sunday night as well, so IDK if I should confront now? Or wait until after? IDK if I can keep up a fake face until later. We have a newborn together that's about 2 months old. Should I get a paternity test first and then confront? Any advice? TL. DRI had suspected wife cheating, turns out she has, but I don't know how soon I should confront her. Be rational. Take a breather. First thing, journal everything you are feeling, rationalize it and create a plan. It does not have to be too complicated. For example, if you want a divorce, contact several lawyers and get more proof of the cheating. Be patient. You may have to fake being with her for a bit. Try to get counseling ASAP. Talk to one person that you can trust deeply. Get an STDs test and paternity test. But the first thing is a lawyer. No matter if you divorce or not, just contact him, her. Feel free to message me. I'm in a similar situation. Skeptical smiley face. Stay strong. We are going to make it 4-leaf clover white heart. Take that evidence in case of divorce. Don't listen to anybody here that says this isn't cheating. That's BS. Of course it's cheating. She's taking and sending nudes after having a baby 2 months ago. Damn. After I had my baby, that would be the last thing on my mind. If she's comfortable doing this while you have started a family together, then it can't be the first time she's done something like this. I wouldn't wait. I'd confront her right away and make sure you have all the evidence on hand in case she tries to lie. Most definitely get a paternity test done. No sense paying child support if the child is not yours, and start looking for a good lawyer. Cheating is cheating, and you don't know what she has done behind your back. Update me. I would quietly have the test done when she is at work. Then go forward from there. From the streets she emerged, to the streets she shall go back. Don't do anything yet. Get a paternity test without telling her. Make sure you are spending time with the baby and bathing the baby and all kinds of baby activities so you're establishing that you are an involved parent. Document the time you spend with the baby and what she does. Make sure you go to doctor visits with the baby. Talk to a lawyer about what you should do because most likely leaving is not in your interest. Found out my wife cheated on me before we were married. I recently received several anonymous texts and some letters describing in great detail of my wife having sex with her old boyfriend before we got married. These included dates, locations and what they did. Very shocking to receive, and when I confronted my wife she denied everything, at first. She did finally admit that a couple of the incidents did happen, and my heart just sunk and I could barely breathe. I was in total shock. I had no clue. We have been married 28 years and dated 5 years prior. The cheating took place during all 5 years according to the texts and mail. This happened long ago, but I cannot get the images of what was described out of my head. I can't stop thinking about it. I am staying with my wife. If I knew about this earlier in our marriage, I don't think I could have stayed with her. She was willing to talk about it for a while but now gets mad if the topic comes up. Does anyone have an experience similar to this? How did you finally accept what happened and stop being haunted by the images of the infidelity? Are you certain that there has not been any cheating since you got married? Since she is not honest about her previous cheating, are you certain that it stopped after marriage? The fact that you are only now getting the proof after so many years suggests something has happened recently after 28 years to cause the person to now send the emails to you. Possible a breakdown in their relationship that just happened. I don't think there is any way you can ever accept it. She didn't get drunk one night and hook up with an ex, she did it for 5 years. I generally get mad at people on here who tell people to break up over the smallest issues, but why would you even want to be with this person? If she cheated during the 5 years prior to marriage, why would you think she'd suddenly stop once she tied the knot? My worst fear, that I would never want to experience in my life. Here's the thing. Why did this other party suddenly come clean and send you all this info? Answer. It's likely that your wife was having an ongoing affair for all 28 years. and that this person was now being snubbed by her and threatened to send you all this evidence to blackmail her back into his bed. But hey, maybe I'm crazy. Your wife not only lied to you for years, cheated on you multiple times, but when confronted she lied again. You do you though. Me, I'd have more questions, like, are my kids really mine? Not to mention a little self-respect. Why do you think she suddenly stopped cheating? A deal-breaker. If you have any kids, I would get DNA tests, to see if they are yours. No, she is not allowed to get mad. Hell no. You flog that topic until you are satisfied. She feels safe in the relationship because you have already stated that you will not leave. You need to address this as many times until you are fit to let it go. She does not get to control your healing by shutting down the conversation. She cheated. Is accidental physical harm a type of assault? Me, F23, and my boyfriend, M25, got into an argument and I tried to leave to calm down, but he physically restrained me from leaving, held my wrists, pushed me back down when I would try to leave. We were on a bed so it didn't hurt to get pushed down. When he gripped my wrist, I told him, "You're hurting me," and he let go. A few minutes later, I noticed my wrist was still hurting and a bit swollen, so I got myself an ice pack for it and I told him, "You hurt my wrist." He got mad at me for blaming him for hurting me, and that I should have used, I feel, statements rather than blaming the other person. Something that our therapist had recommended us to do to not feel attacked in arguments. When I brought again that I was hurt, he said very coldly, "I apologize for that, but I don't like the tactics that you use to make me feel bad in situations. I never like your tactics." I don't feel like he feels remorse at all for physically hurting me, and I'm not sure what to do at this point. Like I don't think he would purposely harm me, but it feels like a line has been crossed. Update, 3/14 at 1:10 a.m. Thank you to everyone who has replied. I honestly wasn't expecting this to blow up, but I appreciate everyone's input. After this situation, I asked him to go back home so I could get some space. I contacted the hotline that was recommended to me by one of you guys in the comments, and they've been helping me find a local counselor to seek domestic violence therapy with. He actually ended up telling me he wanted to end things, and I agreed. Because I denied 40+ of his calls and that when he arrived back to my place, I wasn't there, my roommate kicked him out. I tried to talk to him about how physical violence is not okay and that I really hope that he doesn't treat anyone else that way, and he also told me that I was toxic as well. Anyways, I'm a single girl now, and to be honest, I feel a sigh of relief. I feel that you are an abusive boss and you hurt my wrist by physically keeping me from going where I wanted to go. Please stop going to counseling with this man. He is weaponizing it against you. He is already using it to give him language to delegitimize you. He will manipulate your counselor just as well as he manipulates you. Therapy won't fix this or help him. It will just give him more tools to hurt you. Blocking your escape and physically restraining you is physical abuse and may escalate. It's worth skimming. Why does he do that? A book about abusers written by a counselor specializing in abusive men. There's nothing accidental here. He's physically abusive at this point. Please visit and use their resources to get out. That doesn't sound fucking accidental. An accident is like you step on their toe or knock them on the head on a door that you didn't know they were behind. Those are accidents, not. I tried to leave to calm down, but he physically restrained me from leaving. He's abusive. Period, point blank. You get yourself out of there. This is abusive. You use, I feel, statements when you talk about emotions. Not when you talk about someone physically restraining you. It's a fact, he literally did hurt you. I would get out of that situation, but this tends to be a slippery slope and I don't think you should be there for when it does escalate. He also seems to have narcissistic qualities and avoids accountability, so that's another red flag. That's not an accident. And it was 100% domestic abuse. When you go to the doctors to get your wrist checked out, tell them exactly what happened so they can help you get out of this relationship. Something that our therapist had recommended us to do to not feel attacked in arguments. You were attacked. Physically. His feelings suddenly get a much lower priority. He used his superior strength to control you. This is not okay. Reddit is always quick to tell people to break up, but it sounds really appropriate in your case. Physical restraint equals physical abuse. It is never acceptable for a partner to deny you your bodily autonomy. Get out. This is not part of a normal or healthy relationship.